sunscreen reviews because it's that time of the year that's coming. It's the summertime where people then remember they have to wear sunscreen. So we're going to be doing some speed reviews of all the sunscreens that I have near me while I clean up my bathroom. So as we jump into this, if you're watching this on the replay, let me know in the comments, or if you're watching live, let me know in the comments which is the sunscreen that you're wearing right now and that you are absolutely loving. And before I go into the specific sunscreen, of course, we need to know that wearing your sunscreen should be 365 days of the year. 365 days of the year. However, we all know, like flossing, some folks are just not going to do it, myself included sometimes with the flossing, until I learned the hard way just how important sunscreen is. So I'm here to knock on your knock on your conscience, and that if you are not wearing sunscreen every day, 365 days of the year, you're doing your skin a disservice. I'm gonna just break it down, especially if you're a woman in your 40s like myself and you are looking at any type of anti-aging remedies. If sunscreen is not part of the full makeup and the full setup for you, then honestly, I'm just going to be very brutally honest with you. It is not helping you. The wrinkles are going to come. The sunspots, the dark spots are going to stay longer if you're a melanated sister or brother. And not having sunscreen as part of your daily regimen is absolutely doing yourself a disservice. So, on this channel, as we talk often about luxe lifestyle on a budget, skincare being a huge part of it for me, we talk about how to also incorporate good skincare that does not have to break the bank. Because I promise you, what we're going to look at and the reviews on these skincare products are going to be affordable and that you can use them. So there should be no excuses. Besides, if you can afford a cocktail this summer, you can afford your sunscreen. If you are going on vacation, sunscreen. If you're going to be chilling at the pool, sunscreen, beach. And the biggest misconception is that sunscreen is something that you use only in the summer times. It is not. It is not. It is not. So I'm here to preach about it, but also just give you let you know some of the good reasons why you definitely want to make sure that sunscreen is on your person. And that is one, the biggest thing, especially for melanated sisters like you and myself. If you suffer with any type of dark spots and you're not wearing sunscreen, I'm telling you, you are just, the dark spot's going to get darker. It's going to take forever to fade. And possibly because of the sun exposure, just it's a pain. You're going to have to do other things to get rid of that dark spot. So the best thing, the prevention is always better than care, right? And sunscreen is the best prevention. If you're not someone who deals with dark spots and you're someone, an older person who is just trying to deal with, you know, making sure you're not aging and looking like the sun when you're in your 30s and 40s and don't want to look like you're in your 60s and 70s and want to age gracefully, sunscreen, sunscreen, sunscreen. I don't care about the Botox. I don't care about the lip fillers. I don't care about all the other expensive spa treatments you're doing. If you're not using sunscreen, it's it's kind of like saying I'm going to wear one leg of the pants. It's just not going to work, okay? So let me go through the sunscreens I have because I actually do like sunscreens, to be honest with you. But there's been some that I'm like, what in the world is this? So I'm going to talk about the ones first that I'm like, if I didn't throw it out. I normally keep them just to talk about them. And so we're going to start with some of these. And that's why I labeled it Ashy, Greasy, because some of those have been like, what is this? Okay. I got this one few months back. It's Biore. I'm not sure how you pronounce this. Biore niacinamide. It's a daily moisturizer and a mineral sunscreen. And I didn't look at the packaging when I got this first, and I should have known better because obviously when it has mineral sunscreen in it, it's going to be ashy for my skin. Even for melanated sisters, if you see mineral sunscreen, it means it's going to have zinc oxide in it. That zinc is that white thing that makes us ashy. So mineral sunscreen, beautiful sunscreen, but we should probably be getting tinted mineral sunscreen so we are not ashy. Because let me explain what I'm not going to do in the name of science or in the name of anti-aging or in the name of God. I am not walking around like if I'm casket ready. I don't care. So when I got this one, I saw it and I was just like, oh, okay. Now it is tinted, but ladies, that tint is not for us. This tint, I'm going to put it on here. And so I was like, oh, ma'am, ma'am, what are we doing? When look at this thing. This thing will have me looking crazy. Now, the reason I don't get rid of them, right? Because it's this white thing is just not going to go away, right? It looks on camera like it is, but in front I look ashy. I look ashy. So, I'm not going to throw it away because I'm not going to waste my money. So what I would do is I would wear it and then I'll put makeup over this. So normally I keep these if I'm going to wear makeup, then that's fine. And the order, because people always ask, what's the order of our sunscreen that we're going to be using? You sunscreen, moisturizer, then your sunscreen, and then you can do your makeup. Okay. So I'm not going to throw this away, but I will never wear it by itself like this because what we're not going to do. So I'm going to wash this off because I do want to show you, and I don't want this to be what's impeding the other sunscreens. Although I'm not even going outside at all today. It's been one of those days, guys. Just been trying to wrap my head around this YouTube world and content creation. So, Thrifting Atlanta say hello. Thank you so much. Nisi the Budgetnista, thank you so much. And then we also have Kapil by Official from Indian. Welcome. Okay, well, thank you. Okay, so this is the one that I said. If you buy it, understand that they don't have various, and that's the only sad part about this. It's tinted, but it's not for my complexion. Okay, so maybe if you're someone who's a more light skin, this will work. But when I got it, and I don't think they have various versions of this. So I was just kind of stuck with it. But, just wear it underneath makeup and that's fine. Now, really quickly, this one is a 40 SPF. And so, which is fine. It's a broad spectrum, water resistant for 80 minutes. And now, as we are using these sunscreens in the summer and pool time, just be careful that reapplying is also a thing. We'll talk about that a little later. But this one, it wasn't too expensive. It's just a small tube. This one would be what we consider face sunscreen. Okay. So that was one that I was just like, ooh, not gonna happen anymore. I think I threw out the other ones that let me see. May have thrown out the ones that I'm like, this is just never gonna work for me. So why keep them? But let me check. Because I always keep a bunch in here just to show for like reviews and stuff like that when we are like, no, this is not going to work. Okay. One of my absolute favorite sunscreens, and I buy this for the family because my kids and my husband are also, even though I preach about it, it's very hard to get teenagers and my husband to actually do it. But this one they would use when I remind them. And this one is the Daily Facial Sunscreen from Trader Joe's. And this, I think, is like $8.99 for a tube. It is really, really good for someone who hates sunscreen. And the reason why it is, look at this color. It is clear. So there we go. Now, if you're someone who likes a matte kind of finish on your face, this, as you see, it went on nothing, right? They have said that this one is close to the Super Goop, sunscreen, which is uber expensive. But they said this is a very good dupe per se. And so this one is broad spectrum SPF 40. So it's a chemical sunscreen, not a mineral sunscreen. And so remember, the easiest way to remember the difference between the mineral and the chemical is that the mineral sunscreen is the one that's normally going to leave you ashy, and you need to have it tinted or else. And even when it's tinted, you just got to make sure it's your, it works for your skin complexion. But this one is really good. And no, it's not greasy at all. If you look at my skin, you probably didn't even realize I put it on. It's not greasy. It's certainly not ashy, and it won't be ashy because it doesn't have the zinc oxide in it. And so sometimes I find the marketing on sunscreen, especially when they want to up, make the prices higher, could be annoying when they're like, "Oh, this is a chemical sunscreen and there's no ashiness." Well, duh, there shouldn't be because you don't have zinc oxide in it, which is the thing that causes the ashiness. So don't try to play me and don't try to charge me extra because of that. Okay. But this one is really good. And so um, they tend to run right now, like, when summer is coming around and people are thinking of sunscreens again, they tend to run out of these often. So I always stock up when I get this, but this is a really, really good one, especially if you are not into sunscreen, you haven't bought into it, but you got to wear it. Kids, hubby, this is a good one. And then the other thing, there's no smell. Because the one thing I mean, there's a tiny smell. But the one thing I hate is when I feel like I get it, it's a chemical sunscreen, but do I have to smell like all the chemicals they used in the making of this on my face? And so, very faint smell, I think you will be fine. And this is a good one. As I said, for you, if you have dark spots for um, melanated skin, a sunscreen. I don't care honestly which sunscreen. I know people are gonna be like the best sunscreen, this and this. An affordable sunscreen that you're going to use and that you're going to grab and use daily is what you need. So if you can afford a $50 tube every 2 weeks, go for it. However, for me and mine, I cannot. So I look for more affordable sunscreen that when I run out, I'm not stressed about replacing it quickly. So the Trader Joe's, if you have a Trader Joe's near you, definitely go ahead, take a screenshot and try this one because I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised about you're going to be pleasantly surprised and it's a really good one. Okay. Another one that I go to often enough is the Black Girl Sunscreen. So this one is 30 SPF. It's a chemical sunscreen as well. I'm going to put it a little bit on here for you to see. Now, this one is definitely a little more greasier for people. Now, I'm going to say I have dark skin. Well, duh. I have dry skin. And for me, I do like my sunscreen to have almost that moisturizing effect. And I know for a lot of people, some people have said that the Black Girl sunscreen could feel a little greasy because it's thick. And so I don't have an issue with it. In fact, I rather this one over the Trader Joe's because the Trader Joe's just feels like it goes in and disappears. I feel like I need some extraness in the moisture department. If you are someone with oily skin, this might be the jam. You may love this, keep coming and getting it. However, for me, because I have dry skin, I do like this one a little more. It's not my absolute favorite sunscreen, but it's a sunscreen that if it's the only one there and I will grab this often enough. I do like it because it is a little heavier. If you're someone with very oily skin, you may not like this one at all because it is heavier. That has been my experience. And from those that I've recommended, what they've come back and said, hey, I liked it. However, this one is inexpensive as well, like $9.99, I believe. You see how big it is. You're going to get 3 fluid ounces, actually more than the Trader Joe's, which is 1.7 fluid ounces. So this one is obviously more affordable. I do like it. As you see, it's a chemical sunscreen, so you won't have a white cast because, right? Why? There's no zinc oxide in chemical sunscreen. Don't let them play you for your coins, okay? So this one is definitely a good one. This says bye bye umbrella. Um, it's a broad spectrum SPF 30 infused with jojoba and avocado. And so that's why it might feel a little more greasy for some people who have already oily skin because of that extra jojoba and avocado oil that they're putting inside there. But I love it because of my dry skin. So if you're someone dry skin looking for a sunscreen, now you can use this sunscreen as a moisturizer and a sunscreen all in one. I tend to do both moisturizer and a sunscreen. And when I do that in the summer, this one could be a little bit up there. Okay. Um, what else we have here? Okay. This is one of my absolute favorite, and this one is a Korean sunscreen. And the reason I love it, this one is called Beauty of Joseon. If you need to take a screenshot, this one is about 9.99 for a tube. But let me tell you, this one is the one for me that makes the dewy look. So it is a little thicker, but it's also watery as well. I don't know how to explain it. I do not know. So I'm gonna put it in a different spot so we're not contaminating the test areas. So this thing feels like a watery, um, it does feel like a watery moisturizer. But then it goes on, and then there's like a glisten that happens throughout the day. Now, it does not have it's it's chemical sunscreen as well, so you're not going to have any white cast on it, but it is I can use this as my moisturizer, which I often do by itself. Like, let me show y'all. It really gives that plump look that I love. Like, oh my God. Remember, don't forget your ears when you're putting on sunscreen. Those little ears are out there as well. Bring it down to the neck. Mm. It's like a little sun kiss. And I really, really love this one. I have two different types of Korean sunscreen I use. I tend to use theirs mostly, to be honest with you. And the reason being is, and this one is an SPF 50 plus PA with 4 plus signs. I tend to use the Korean sunscreens more so than our American sunscreens just because they focus on moisturizing the skin in all of their products more so than we do. I always feel like cake going on sometimes. I'm just like, I don't understand this. But for these Korean sunscreens, ladies, you will not be disappointed. You will not be disappointed. And I feel like this works really well for someone with dry skin or someone with dry skin and or oily skin. You said, is that Bosch sunscreen? Which one are we talking about? So the ones I've shown so far is the Black Girl Sunscreen, the Trader Joe's sunscreen, and then this is Beauty of Joseon sunscreen. Oh yes, Beauty of Just. I just realized that. Yes, it is Sunshine. It is Beauty of Joseon. And yeah, one of my hands down, one of my absolute favorite. It goes on, it disappears, and it feels like it's on all day. Now, obviously, I reapply because I'm trying to get my anti-aging game real at the high level where I'm reapplying, twice a day. Not always there yet, but in the summer, oh, trust and believe it is a thing. Okay. So I am definitely this is one of my favorite. You can get this on Amazon, The Beauty of Joseon, or you could get it on other Korean other beauty websites that bring in their products from Asia. and I'm blanking on the names for those where I buy mine. They always have some sale, but I've gotten mine from Amazon. And recently, when I went to Japan, I picked up a few more because was running out of those. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna show you this one because in Japan, this one, yes, there it is. Yes Style and Stylevana. Thank you so much for dropping the names. That's where I buy them from because one, there's always some sale going on. So plug up on the sale. You don't have to pay full price for any of these things. And the sales are great. And what I love about them is affordability. Affordability. Like, why do we need to spend $50 for sunscreen? Like, why? Why? Like, why in the world? But you do not. Okay. Do not let those folks fool you. Do not let YouTube beauty gurus fool you. You do not. Okay. All right. So when I was in Japan, the big viral sunscreens that those girlies use is Skin Aqua. So actually, there's so many. Let me bring down. So I got plugged in with a couple ones out there, and they were like, "Girl, if you like Beauty of Jason, you're gonna like me." And I do. I do. Haven't used a full month of it yet, but I do. I actually do. And these were very inexpensive. And that's why I do like you. Okay. So this one is another one that absolutely those girlies were going crazy over. And it's Biore UV. Okay. There's a couple of different ones. If you haven't seen my last video on all the not sunscreen, but all the skincare I picked up from Japan, what are you waiting for? Right after this video, just go back in, check me out. I did a whole live about and went through all the different skincare products I picked up in Japan, and ooh, I had a time. A time was had. Okay, so this is the Biore UV. And so it says it's Aqua Rich, Watery Essence, SPF 50 plus PA, and then 4 pluses. The pluses are like basically the barriers, right? The different things that it will protect you from. So here it is going on. And now this one is also a chemical sunscreen and it will not have what? It will not have any of the zinc oxide in it. But look at this thing. This thing goes in, out, and done. In, out, and done. And yet it is going to protect you from all those different UV violet rays. It is no joke. Like it does feel, I mean, the aqua says water, I'm guessing, but it feels like I'm putting on a thin moisturizer. And it has a nice fragrance to it, so it doesn't smell like that chemical fragrance for the chemical sunscreens. Like I'm telling you, the Asian countries are so far ahead when it comes to sunscreen. Like we are. We're not gonna go there, but you know what I'm trying to say. It is. It is. It's giving. It's giving everything, and it's so inexpensive. I think these were like $6. Like, why would we spend $50 again on sunscreen? So they had this one, and then I just got crazy, and I said, well, why not? Let's try, right? So we're talking about SPF 50, right? Remember, this one is a 40. Oh, my girl is a 30. Beauty Jason is a 50. And I'm trying to hit at 50 at this point because the way that sun rays are coming down and the way 40 sets up on your skin with wrinkles, I'm trying everything I got to keep it up there. So let me know if you've heard of any of these. Sunshine, have you heard of any of these and used any of these? Okay, so then this one is it says Tone Up Essence. I'm gonna put it on this hand so you can see up here a little bit. And it has like this one comes out like a tealish like mint color. I don't know if you're going to see that in the video. It's a little interesting color. It's thicker, as you can see. It is thicker. It has the smell. It does have a smell of it, but it doesn't smell like um it does not smell like like the chemical sunscreen that we normally know. Oh, I could smell sunscreen, and then it goes away. But this one is thicker. Okay. And so this one I've used mostly in the winter months when my skin gets even more drier, and the aqua one more in the summer when I'm sweating and I don't want to, feel too clogged up. This one is still, I have never opened it. I just got this one in Japan. And as I said, I did do a live, and you can check it out on the channel where I went through all of the various skincare products that I picked up from Japan. So I'm just going to open this one for you guys, and we can test it together, but to see what it looks like. So this one says, it seems like almost the same thing, but just maybe different packaging. Um, says this one says Biore as well, as you can see, Biore UV, and it says Aqua Rich Tone Up Essence, which is the same thing that this says, SPF 50 PA plus 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 plus, 4 pluses. So it might be actually the same thing, and just different packaging. But let's try it. It comes out pink. You know what? I bet you it might be different fragrances in here, maybe. Who knows? But this one looks thicker, actually. It's not a mineral sunscreen, so it should not leave a white cast at all, and it will disappear completely. But this one is absolutely thicker than this guy. So this one is a little thicker. This one is the most watery, and it does say watery essence. So this is probably the ones for someone who has really oily skin, or if I'm going to use this in the summertime. Okay. All right. Thank you. It's time for me to purchase new sunscreen. Mine is probably expired. I'll refer back. Nisi, it cannot be expired if we're using it every day, ma'am. That's the goal, to use sunscreen as just as part of it's your moisturizer. If you remove the moisturizer and use the sunscreen, it's the same step. Okay. All right. Here's the other thing that I have not used this yet. Got this also in Japan. And this is, it says it's Suncut UV SPF 50 as well. And it's a perfect gel. So I'm going to open this with you guys as well. And let's see what that does. Okay. Not a very icky smell. I'm going all the way up my skin so you guys can see it come out. Okay. So this one is definitely a thicker one, as you can see. And that goes on like that, disappears nicely into the skin. Okay. It's thick though. It's a thicky one. It says perfect gel. It's everything is written in Japanese back there, so I couldn't tell you what that meant, but that was that one. And it says Suncut. These were very inexpensive, so that's probably why I picked them up. All right, I'm just scanning to see if there's any other sunscreens I had here that I want to talk about. Oh, here's one. As I mentioned before, so a lot of people may use their sunscreens inside of their moisturizer, and so this one, it's my husband's one actually. It's a daily oil-free facial moisturizer, but this one it's 35 SPF, but at least it has a sunscreen in it, and this is fine as long as it's in there. I'm good with that. However, for those who are using their makeup that has sunscreen in it and saying, oh, I don't need to wear additional sunscreen because my makeup has in it, that's a no-go. So this one, at least we know that it will get around and everywhere on the face, correct? Because it's your moisturizer, so you're going to put it everywhere. and the amount you use is going to probably be enough to at least give you some coverage. And the reason why you don't want to rely on the sunscreen in your makeup as the only sunscreen protection is that you're not going to be putting the amount of makeup on to actually have that coverage. Because what you would need is at least like a teaspoon of sunscreen for the coverage to be working. And so I doubt for most people they use that much of makeup to do that. So do not be fooled by people who say, "Well, I'm not using. You don't need to use sunscreen because it has sunscreen in the makeup." That's just additional coverage. However, that should not be your sole source of coverage because it's really not doing anything for you. So please be aware of that. Okay. Um, what else? Let me see. I'm just gonna look down in my stash to see if we have any. The one thing I do have to get is my buddy sunscreen, like for the body. So I'm going to the a beach vacation shortly, so I'm gonna have to order the ones that we put on our whole body while sitting out in the pool and stuff because the ones that I have in these tubes are for my face and it won't last, obviously. So that's the one thing I will have to do. And so that's the only bad part about flying in the summer because I do need to carry enough sunscreen for the family. And so that means I have to check a bag just so I can get all the stuff there. However, I think that's all I have. Like, I think I am going to go and see if I could look and see if there's any new ones that came out. So if there's any ones that you want me to, you know, do a review on, please let me know so I can do that. I use oil of Olay for my face with one sunscreen. In my mid 60s, I came from an era we did not use sunscreen. I have to make an effort to use it all over. At least the moisturizer has it in there, so that's good. That's always a start. The moisturizer having it in there, except don't use it where it's only your makeup having it in there. Let me look at my bag real quick to see if I missed any that I picked up in the trip. I have to go through this bag and get things sorted away. I don't think so. I think I picked up some same ones. Yep. Well, that's all I have. I hope this information was useful. And if you're not already following me and the information is something that you are all about, living a luxe lifestyle on a budget, would really appreciate a like and a subscribe. And of course, share it to anyone who you believe this content is right up their alley. And until next time, I will see you later. Bye.